Kayleigh McEnany would have us believe that she's never lied. Unfortunately for her, I mean, come on, people, but also there's video. So first of all, let's go to this little video. This is a fun one.
The president does read, and he also consumes intelligence verbally. This president, I'll tell you, is the most informed person on planet Earth when it comes to the threats that we face. You have Ambassador O'Brien, who sees him in person twice a day, who sometimes takes the upwards of half a dozen calls with this president. He's constantly being informed and briefed on intelligence matters. But I'm not going to allow the New York Times to dictate when we give top secret information and don't give top secret information. That's an untenable proposition.
There then.
Okay, so he does read. Okay, well, look, he's on Twitter, so she's not wrong there in some ways. He gets it verbally. Well, they talk to him, that's true, but the idea that he or any president is the most informed, they have access to the most information, but he is not the most informed person about literally any topic.
On planet Earth.
Yes, it's just an obvious, like, you know what you're doing there. It's just a crazy exaggeration. Anyway, let's give you some of the information about that though, and we've talked about this previously. But so one of my favorite things is it's been reported that the U.S. National Security Council mentions his name in every paragraph of their briefings in an attempt to retain his attention. And we know how this changed from, like long detailed lists of information that would be given to Obama to one-page summaries, to bullet points about him, because that's the only thing. What if you're just listing, here's what's going on in Cameroon, here's what's going on in Iceland. Why would his name come up in literally any of it? Imagine how difficult it is to shove his name into updates on what the Taliban is doing.
God.
Most informed.
Yeah.
So there was that.
Trump Qaeda has reemerged, and you're like, actually, that kind of fits. Look, I know we talked about Israel earlier. You know that Bibi named a settlement after Trump? This is real. Probably to get him to pay more attention, but it's like, oh, that worked. Every country should just name, I mean, not anymore, because he's gone away forever. But naming a town after Trump, not the worst idea. Not the worst.
I mean, we named a segment after him. We do it every Friday. Now, his lies also had to do with the coronavirus, or her lies were about his lies about the coronavirus, I should say. So she tried to defend when he said that the coronavirus affects virtually nobody. Remember, 33 million people have it, like almost 600,000 people have died from it. But in a rally in Ohio, he said, "We now know the disease. We didn't know it, and now we know it. It affects elderly people with heart problems and other problems." Remember, he went to the hospital with COVID. Anyway, we continue. "But they have other problems. That's what it really affects. That's it. In some states, thousands of people, nobody young, below the age of 18, like nobody. They have a strong immune system. Who knows? But it affects virtually nobody." And when asked about that insane, like it's worse in hindsight. We knew at that point it wasn't remotely true. She said, "The president is telling people the truth. You're taking the president out of context." No, I'm not. I just went on a whole paragraph of what he was saying. What context is supposed to protect him in that case?
She really was, I think, the most North Korean propagandist of press secretaries. Like I said that before, but she just added that little extra, like no one in this administration has ever double dipped a chip in the history of their life. It was so over the top. And so I really at least appreciated that, because it also was at the perfect time of his administration where all the wheels were coming off. And so they just needed someone to be like, the wheels are all on. What are wheels? Wheels are fake news anyway, like that level. So, she's got a great, I'd watch a game show with Kayleigh McEnany. I would, and her being like, you're not the winner. Just turns the wheel.
She would be good for that. Yeah, we'll run through some of this. She says that he never downplayed coronavirus. He literally told Bob Woodward that he was always downplaying it. Like, he claimed that the Mueller report ended with she claimed that the Mueller report ended with the complete and total exoneration of President Trump, which totally isn't true. The Million MAGA March, which had a couple of thousand people at it, she claimed it was more than 1 million people, maybe lying more than Spicer did about the inauguration crowd. I mean, look, like anything you want, sort of lies of omission, lies of commission, lies of exaggeration, lies about images, lies about videos, lies about quotes, lies about shallow stuff, lies about the most substantive stuff you can imagine, lies of literal life and death significance. She lied and lied and lied. That hopefully will be her continuing reputation, but she's wealthy and white and she's in the media. So I'm sure she's gonna find something delightful for herself to do at some point in the future.
CNN is gonna give it 8 more months and be like, okay, well, you can come back. We need a conservative voice.
Yeah.
John.
What's your take on Tucker Carlson's primary bid? Anyway, okay, so here's what's gonna happen.
We're supposed to be optimistic.
I know, we're gonna return to optimism, don't worry. It's about to get even darker though.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.